Well, some exciting news on the USM campus. They've created a new Office of Commercialization to turn USM research into real-world products.
And it's part of a new partnership with the New England Ocean Cluster. Here to tell us more is the head of the new office, Patrick Arnold. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Yes, so I would love to know a little bit more about what exactly is an Office of Commercialization. What inspired you to be part of this?
Sure. Well, great questions. An Office of Commercialization has us as a hub focused on doing whatever it takes to commercialize new products, services, or take ideas and turn them into products or services. And we've been doing that at the New England Ocean Cluster for the last 10 years. We've worked with more than 60 startups, really infusing innovation into Maine's heritage industries to value add and get more higher paying jobs associated with that. Now we're going to be taking that innovation and entrepreneurship into all of USM so that we can work with all industries.
Why do you think students and also just Mainers in general should be excited about this?
Well, if you're a Mainer like I am, then you're proud of your state. You might have some family history here, and you've seen a lot of industry decline over generations, whether it's pulp and paper or fisheries or what have you. And no one's excited about that ever. So for us, the solution to that is to add value to those resources, to make the fish or the tree or any resource Maine has worth more than just the resource harvest. And I don't think there's anything more exciting. I'm bullish about that. But really for our kids to be able to stay here, to be able to build companies here that can grow here and not have to go elsewhere to do that. That to me is why I think everyone should be excited about it.
Can you give us some examples of maybe how you've seen this concept work or how you hope to see it work at USM?
Yeah, no, sure. So I'll give you some real world examples we've had. We've been working under contract with USM for about 10 years, the New England Ocean Cluster to USM. And this public-private partnership and the new Office of Commercialization is doubling down on that to put this more into the public domain. But there's a few examples of spin-off companies and startups that have been successful doing this with us. Marin Skincare is one, and Patrick and Amber came to us when they were students out of University of Maine, Orono, a long time ago now, maybe 5 years ago. And it's been wild to work with them at every iteration of growth and have USM assets working with them, have other nonprofit entities in the state work with them. But that's an example of taking a resource from lobster, value adding it into skincare to come up with a solution that works for eczema and other dry, red, harsh skin. That's just one example, but one that's now employing several dozen employees and value adding to a resource that was just thrown out before.
Yeah,
so
huge success story there. We've had Marin on the show before. They're amazing.
Yeah,
excellent.
Have you seen it at other colleges, universities around the country? And is this modeling after one of those?
So yes, in a way. So most of the successful large universities in our country have offices of commercialization or are trying to generate value on the intellectual property that they have gotten federal grants to invest in. By and large, there's not a great ratio of success. A lot of that intellectual property sits unutilized, uncommercialized. And a big reason for that is what it takes to innovate and create new technology and new intellectual property is different than what it takes to commercialize that. An academic, a PhD, a researcher is exceptionally talented at their specific area of focus. An entrepreneur is willing to take a lot of risk. A PhD with tenure might not be, more likely isn't. And you need to have both and a marriage between the two if you're actually going to commercialize products. So many of the universities across our country know this and have over the last 10 years started to invest more and more into that commercialization aspect because that's the only way to get return on the investment. So we're excited for USM to be taking that step.
How's it going to work exactly? Can students just come to you and say, hey, I've got an idea, what do you think? You know, kind of give you a pitch or what?
Both. With the Ocean Cluster, our lived experience over the last 10 years has been to do things over a cup of coffee rather than over an application process or filters, right? Entrepreneurs come from everywhere, every walk of life, every vocation, an artist can be as much an entrepreneur as an engineer or a business student, right? And so we very much want to maintain the open door mentality, policy, culture, and experience, because sometimes people just have an idea, they're not yet sure if they want to make a business out of it. And they might not be the one to do that. They might have the great idea, they might be willing to take some steps, but they might need a partner to do that. And so those complexities benefit from a community, benefit from building community around that, and then preserving principles in the culture, so that when we're having a cup of coffee, we know where to plug them into. So how it will work, we're going to keep that going. We're going to keep that open door going. We do have an office we're building up at the USM campus for this, so that more entrepreneurs and businesses can be coming in and leveraging the labs and assets on the university campus, but also more students and faculty can coming in and interfacing with more businesses that we're bringing to the table.
So when does this start, and how can people get involved?
Great question. We formally started May 1st. We haven't formally done like a launch party for the Office of Commercialization or some such thing. We'll be iterating on that over the next 12 months. People can get involved right now by going to the usm.maine.edu website. We'll be posting more information there. And they can reach out to us or connect with us for a meeting, for a cup of coffee, right now, today. We're online and available for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to think of our $1 million
I know.
idea to pitch,
All
right?
I'm gonna get
And then call me.
brainstorming and get that cup of coffee.
Yes.
All right.